You're watching the Adult Diecast Racing Cup on the Sub 4 RA channel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to start the second half of the ADRC 2020 season. Back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, tweaked a little bit. Qualifying was fast. The Liquid Rush Energy Drink Racing Series was a battle of survival. And we could very much well see the same thing in today's ADRC race. All right, here's a look at all 36 cars and what 6 car segments they'll be racing in. The pole setter up there in the top left, the 34 Taco Bell car of Coffee Tart. Nice to see the fans back. Social distancing still a little sketchy. I don't see any masks either, so hopefully they survive. We'd like to thank our primary sponsor for the 2020 season, 3dbotmaker.com, the home for Diecast Sports Entertainment, and Dave Akers Customs. Remember, if it wasn't built by Dave, it was built by somebody else. All right, segment 1 getting in position now, getting ready to get this race started. 6 segments, 6 cars each, the winner going on to the main event, and whoever comes in second in each heat will go on to a seconds race. Whoever wins that will also go on to the main event as the Staying Alive car. Yep, there's the deck of cards right there. We can expect to see at least one pit stop in the main event. Remember, a 4-lap fuel cell window here, so if it goes into overtime, they will have to come in as well. All right, let's get down to the start line. All right, segment 1 on the track, ready to go. Some familiar faces in the segment, but one that might not be familiar to everybody is the pole setter in the 34 Taco Bell Roadrunner. That's Coffee Tart for Cut Rock Creek Racing. Tart has only qualified for one race previous to this for the ADRC season. Starting on Tart's outside in the 3 car, that's Stella Beans. Stella had a great 2019 season. 2020 been a little shaky. Row 2 in the 9 car, that's Skeeter Davis. And on his outside in the 7, Coffee Tart's teammate, Harry Hoon. Right now, I think he might be the front runner for the Rookie of the Year. We'll definitely take a look at that when the points come out at the end of the race. Row 3 in the 75 car, he can't do any wrong this season. That's Ken Castillo, your all-time race winner leader for the ADRC. And that's 75, your current points leader. And on his outside, he was the Liquid Rush Energy Drink Racing Series winner. That is the 25 car of 2D. 4 laps, winner goes on to the main event. Let's do it. All right, Coffee Tart, great first lap. Oh, look at that. Skeeter Davis, Ken Castillo get bunched up, and then Harry Hoon and Stella Beans both go over too much speed, entering turn 1 out of the race. There's Tart. 2D moves all the way up to second in 1 lap, and look at Ken Castillo coming in all crazy. Harry Hoon, that's going to be a huge points hit for him in the 7 for Cut Rock Creek Racing, and Stella Beans continuing to struggle here in the 2020 campaign. All right, with 3 to go, it's going to be Coffee Tart and 2D leading you down. Oh man, 3 cars on the roofs, 2 guaranteed to be out. Is Coffee Tart out as well? Did his wreck start prior to him crossing the finish line? Take a look here. Ken Castillo might have gotten the back of him right there. Shoves him up the hill. Yes, Coffee Tart. His wreck begins before crossing the finish line. Take a look here. 2D, Skeeter Davis both coming in too hot. hit the wall. They're out, and look at this. With help, I'm pretty sure, from Ken Castillo there, Coffee Tart is out of the race. Sure enough, look at that. On his side, already there well before the finish line. Let's take a look at the finish line cam after another still right there. Definitely started the wreck prior. Not to be confused with Richard Pryor. Here we are, full speed here. Oh, let's take a look at slow-mo now. Yeah, I would definitely say Coffee Tart gets some help there from Ken Castillo. He's out of it. 30 cars out of it. There's a look there after he crossed the finish line. Always been a rule here in the ADRC. We've had a lot of fast cars go out with that rule this year. Comment down below. What do you think? Is it time to change it? Skeeter Davis also out, and 2D as well. So here's the situation. As a race director, it's kind of scary. We got 2 laps to go. Ken Castillo all by himself. Will we have a segment winner? Okay, started off clean, but it got a little scary. Once he exits turn 1 here, goes into 1, looks pretty good, but then starts to fishtail it, and then the pinball effect on the sides of the walls comes to a stop here short of the finish line. But remember, if it's not the last lap, it counts as a completed lap, so he's going to take this one with 1 to go. Can he do it all by himself without nobody? Oh man, that was a scary lap. He does not complete it. So remember, the fuel cell of 4 laps, so he has to come in, splash of gas, give it another try here in overtime, all by himself without nobody. Sun is beating down on the baseball. Well, you want to give the race director a heart attack? This is a good way to do it. Take a look at this. Coming in 1 hot. Oh, man, flips it and is able to get it righted back on his wheels. And that's not all. He's got to complete the turn here. Does. Oh, boy, just enough. We do have a segment winner, thankfully. Ken Castillo going to have another great points day. Your points leader in the 2020 season going on to another main event for him. Segment 2 is ready to go. Going to be led by Glitter Girl in the 18 car for Nero 62 Custom Diecast. To her outside, the third and final entry for Cut Rock Creek Racing today. It's the Deuce of Burt Buzzard. Row 2, haven't seen a whole lot of them this year. Gator McCluskey in the 99 for Po' Boy Racing on his outside. The other 18 Interstate Batteries car of Bobby Labonte for Catalina Wine Mixers. And in row 3, the 68 of Rusty Nubbins for Dave Akers Customs. And on his outside, the 8 car of Nero 62. Well, the tough season continues, unfortunately, for Nero 62 out of the race. But look at Burt Buzzard here. Going to pull some X Games skateboard move off the retaining board there as Bobby Labonte hit it also with the help of Nero 62. Nero goes over. And look at this. While everybody's fighting on the outside, Gator McCluskey, real sneaky on the inside, gets around everybody and then slides out to move up to first after 1 lap here. Bad season so far for Nero. It's the sophomore slump. I expect this team to come back strong next season. So Gator McCluskey and Glitter Girl with 3 to go. Man, for what seemed like a lot of wrecks, nobody actually wrecked. But look at Gator McCluskey. He's got this little sneaky approach here. Tries to sneak in between Burt Buzzard and Glitter Girl, who both go over but are able to correct it. And look at that move. In reverse, Gator McCluskey. What a move. That might be move of the race right there if we had such a thing. I'd probably already give it to him right now. That was a great move, running in reverse. You'll have to rewind it on your own. Take a look at that because we're ready to go. 2 laps to go. McCluskey and now Bobby Labonte. Wow, the best lap really McCluskey's ran all race, and he's not in first. Take a look at this. Goes up, puts a little pop to the interstate batteries cars, then he gets a little sideways fishtails, able to save it, but in the meantime, Burt Buzzard comes down. Burt Buzzard is going to lead him. We got 1 to go. Burt Buzzard in the Miller Lite Deuce and Gator McCluskey. And the tough season continues even more. Glitter Girl out of the race, but look at this battle on the last lap here. Oh, they both might have hit the wall. Look at McCluskey even goes over, able to correct it again. And look at Burt Buzzard coming in hot. Oh, able to keep it on the wheels. McCluskey, Labonte, and a quiet segment there for Rusty Nubbins. But there's Glitter Girl on the roof, out of the race. So Burt Buzzard gonna move on to your main event. All right, segment 3 ready to go, and this should be a pretty entertaining one. They're going to be led by the 7 of Jeff Bodine, who has 2 wins this year. On his outside for Toon Tracks Racing, that is the 3 of Jason. Row 2, the 2019 ADRC points champion, the 33, that's Frank Klein, still looking for his first career win, and how lucky for Frank, he's going to start next to the 27 car of Vinny Nightlife, the original character racer. And in row 3, the 9 car of Golden Girl for Nero 62 Custom Diecast. And the 1, this is Frank Klein's son. This is Maxilla racing in that 1 car. This should be a good segment. And take a look at this right here. Bunch of cars flipping. Bodine, what a maneuver. 360. Gets bumped by Jason. Able to take it in. Jason right behind him. And then here comes everybody else. There's Klein. There's Nightlife. Gonna round it out. Now we might as well show them all, I guess. Here's Golden Girl. And are we going to see Maxilla coming in out of nowhere? Coming in hot? Yep. Bam, right into the back of Golden Girl. All 6 cars still in it. 3 laps to go. Nothing has changed in the running order. Wow, Jeff Bodine goes from first to last in 1 lap. Let's see what happened here. Look at the move. Vinny Nightlife right here. Oh, almost wrecks. Able to get around into the wall and keeps it going. Jason, however, will bring it in at first. There's Klein. And Bodine all the way back to last place. All right, so here to go. Jason and Vinny. Nightlife. So he goes from leading this thing to last place to out of the race. Look at that. Gotten into it with Maxilla there. And then just hits the wall, goes over. While Jason and Vinny, Nightlife. Nice approach by Jason in the turn. Still going to be 1-2 with 1 to go. Jason, Vinny, Nightlife. Let's see. We got some activity now. It looks like Golden Girl is going to come in. Smart move here. Nothing to lose. Going to fill it up. Off she goes. Jeff Bodine back to the garage. Dave Akers Customs Garage. And we're going to have 1 to go. Jason, Vinny, Nightlife. What a crazy last lap. Now, Golden Girl off the track. We will not see the end of her. But look at Maxilla looking strong up in front of Vinny. Into the wall. Goes over. Looks like Frank Klein's going to come up. No, he gets stalled by his son's car. But then gets a shove by Golden Girl. Going to get around Vinny for second. That's huge. Jason, however, on to the main event. But that's huge for Frank Klein. Looked like he was going to finish fourth. Gets vaulted in a second with still a chance to move on to the main event. All right, we will be right back after these messages. Are you interested in helping the channel and looking good while doing it? Then head on over to teespring.com/store/sub4ra for our wide variety of merchandise, including t-shirts, hoodies, even COVID-19 masks. So, click on the link in the description and we'll take you right there. Coming up later tonight on Channel 8. For the first time in months, Zangief decides to go to the grocery store. Find out what sort of issues he might have with social distancing on the next Zangief in Cincinnati. Alright, we'll see how old muscle-bound Zangief does while heading out to the old grocery store. That might be a challenge for him. Alright, segment 4 ready to go. First time ever we have seen this team on the Sub4RA channel, Res Wheels, and the first time we've seen their driver, AJ Gray, qualified 4th out of nowhere. On his outside, great qualifying effort also for the 00 of Dirty Deeb. Row 2 in the 22, that's Stephanie Shea, had a good qualifying run for Dave Akers Customs. On her outside in the 3 car, that's Paducah. Paducah is looking to stay in the title contention for Toon Tracks Racing. And in row 3, led by the number 3 Mountain Dew Camaro, that's Brian Kelly. He has really impressed in his short amount of time here in the ADRC. And on his outside in the 1 car, that's Nasara Charunkel or something like that. She's been here in this series since day 1, looking to try to climb back in this title picture. Wow, for as slow as this lap went, there was a ton going on. Look at this. We got AJ Gray getting in the back of Dirty Deeb, spins him around, and then Paducah comes up. Look at Stephanie Shea. Looks like she's going to take over first, but no. Paducah gets by, and look at this. Then AJ Gray and Brian Kelly out of nowhere, able to have enough momentum to take them 2nd and 3rd. So a crazy, wild first lap. Paducah, AJ Gray with 3 to go. And just like that, AJ Gray out of the race. Oh man, looked like Dirty Deeb hitting the divider there. Looks like Paducah sends him up. I'm surprised he didn't flip back onto his wheels at that point. Paducah, strong effort there, crosses the line. Just one of those racing deals, and it looks like Nasara Charunkel or something like that up for second. AJ Gray, though, will this be the last of him? We shall see. In the meantime, look at this. Stephanie Shea coming in the pits. Dirty Deeb going to draw 2 cards. So if it goes into overtime, these cars will not have to pit. So some pit strategy, some thinking ahead strategy, really. Here's Brian Kelly. There's the Joker. Okay, the Joker's wild, so he'll come out just as they came in. All right, there's AJ Gray back to Dave Akers Customs Garage. With 2 to go, it's going to be led by Paducah and Nasara Charunkel or something like that. Oh my goodness, Paducah hits the stands. Thankfully, everybody appears to be okay. Let's take a look at this again. Oh, look at Nasara Charunkel goes over a couple times. Look at it, flips up in the air. That was wild in itself, but look at Paducah. He's going to come in real hot. Did he wreck? Yes! Oh, and he hits the grandstands. The grandstands almost tip over. Oh, man. And we thought the COVID would get him. No, Paducah. Wow, that could have been really bad. But yep, Paducah's wreck starts before he crosses the line. He is unfortunately out of the race, and he had a great car. Definitely one that could have won this event, but unfortunately, that is the rules. We've seen a lot of good cars go out like that this season, and unfortunately, Paducah will join that list. He's already back to Dave Akers Customs Garage, being towed by the Rhino tow truck. So that's going to leave us with Stephanie Shea and Brian Kelly leading you down with 1 to go. All right, the girls stole the show here on the last lap. Take a look at this. Stephanie Shea, Nasara Charunkel or something like that. Charunkel acts like she's going high, but then goes low, but then Shea goes high to block her, then has to come down. Blocks her there as well and keeps all the momentum and the handling on the car. And then look at this on the last turn. She almost meets the fans up close and personal. Comes home with her very first segment win. Stephanie Shea, congratulations. All right, segment 5 is up, and there are a lot of new faces here. Going to be led down by the 91 car, second time we've seen him. This is Yoshi Takashita. Next to him in the 15 car, making her Cup debut in that winged Superbird, that is Katie. Row 2 in the 9 car, Dave Akers also making his debut, finally. Welcome aboard, Dave. Next to him in the 2 car, Rusty Wallace. Row 3, looking to stay in it points-wise. She was your all-star winner in the 911 car, Carly Kay. And next to her, also looking to stay in this points battle, in the 4 car, it's Bud. Wow, that's huge. Both Carly Kay and Bud out of the race. Look at this. Bud trying to go. Same with Carly Kay. Look at Bud tries to go 3 wide. Gets pushed up the track by Dave Akers Customs, and over he goes. Carly Kay, I hate to say it, but had a pretty weak wreck. And Katie goes over also. I think that was with the help of Yoshi Takashita. Takashita keeps it going. crosses the line in first, and right behind him in the Dodge Murata, that's Dave Akers. So wild first lap. We lose half of the cars. There's Rusty coming in. Katie had a good lap going in that Superbird, but over she goes. You can get a good look there of all 3 cars in that segment that took the spill, and they are already back to Dave Akers Customs Garage. So a bad points day for Bud and Carly K. So Takashita, Akers, and Wallace with 3 to go. Wow, what a recovery by Dave Akers here. Take a look at this on the outside. He's going to get clipped. Oh, right there. Look at this. Spins it around. Regains all that momentum somehow. Does push him back to third, but a great effort. And that's going to leave us now with 2 to go. Takashita, Wallace, and Akers with 2 to go. All right, another wild lap. Rusty Wallace lap ends early. He's still in the race, but into the divider. And look at Dave Akers here. Oh, off the wall. It almost accelerates him. He just needed a little bit more track and would have had Takashita overtaken. But as it stands, Takashita, Akers, and Wallace with 1 to go. We're going to have a first-time heat winner. Or maybe we'll have no heat winners. Takashita, the only one left after this 3-car wreck. Looks like he might have got a bump there from Rusty into Dave Akers. And this is going to send them all into the wall. Akers already wrecking before that. And Takashita off the track and hits. You know, we're talking about Dave Akers, how fittingly hits a custom 77 Dodge van. But Takashita still in it. Hope the Action News 68 van is okay. Yeah, yes, okay. Everybody was out of the van. We just got word already. How quick was that? Rusty Wallace, and look at Dave Akers Customs. How ironic in his own garage. All right, Takashita has to come down to get some fuel. He's got 1 lap to complete. All by himself without nobody. Takashita, can he just survive this 1 lap? Well, he had to make things interesting in that 91 Spam car. Takashita going on to his first ever main event. All right, 6th and final segment on the track, ready to go. We're going to be led by our very first international addition to the ADRC. That's right, all the way from down under in Australia. Cut Rock Creeks Racing's 58 car, driven by Cut Rocker. Looked good in qualifying. Let's see how he does. Next to him in the 51 car, that's Mikey from Key West Racing. Row 2, making his ADRC debut. Had a great qualifying time in the 27 car, that's Taylor York. Next to him, the 3 car of B. Finn for Red Pill Racing. Row 3 in the 29 car, Chris, still in that outside chance at the title. A lot closer, though, in the title is the 11 car of Lady Red Pill from Dragon Claw Racing. Oh, man, off the track goes the cut rocker. Let's see what happened here. Mikey off to the early look like cut rocker trying to cut in line, then gets bumped from the back from Chris. Taken up the track and then gets hit on the side by Chris. Off the track he goes into one of the news vans, again gets hit. In the meantime, Chris keeps on going. Strong lap from him, so he goes from 5th to 1st in one lap. Everybody else struggles. It looked like we had a couple cars out of it. We're trying to see. That looks like Mikey and B. Finn out of the race. There is the new 6 van that got hit. Ford Transit van. Nobody in that van, thankfully, again. Look at this cut rocker coming in. So if it goes into overtime, they won't have to pit. Taylor York draws the ace, so he will come out of the pits in front of cut rocker. And sure enough, Mikey and B. Finn out of the race. So we're going to have 3 to go. Chris and Lady Red Pill going to lead them down. All right, kind of a power move there by cut rocker to take the lead over Chris. That's your front row with 2 to go. All right, some good racing action there. Chris beats everybody into turn 1. Look at this. Lady Red Pill going to try to make it 3 wide going into the turn. Surprised nobody wrecked there. Pretty dangerous maneuver. Cut rocker still able to keep it going. Not quite enough to catch back up to Chris. So we have 1 to go. Chris, cut rocker, Lady Red Pill, Taylor York. All right, cut rocker gets his first career segment win. Will go on to his first career main event, all in his first career race. And look at that. That could have been bad. Spins it around. He's going to have to put it in reverse back to the finish line. That could have been bad. Chris does the same thing, and Taylor York and then Lady Red Pill not going to get too great of a points day out of this as Lady Red Pill. All right, we will be back with the seconds right after these messages. All right, the Sub 4 RA channel celebrates 5 years of posting Diecast videos on YouTube this week, and we're going to celebrate with a bang. Our Demolition Derby mail-in. Look for it this week. Have you felt like you've dated everybody in your town? Maybe even a couple of cousins accidentally? Well, log on to can'tfindnobodyelse.com and we'll see what we can do. All right, welcome back, and we are on to the seconds. This is the race that pits all the cars that finish second in their respective segments together. Normally we have 6, but a couple of wild segments only had 1 car finish, so we're left with 4 cars that finish second, still running in their segments. Whoever wins this 2-lap shootout will go on as the staying alive car to the main event. We're going to be led by your 2019 Series Points champion, the 33 car, Frank Klein for Red Pill Racing. On his outside, the inexperienced 99 car of Gator McCluskey. Row 2 in the 29 car, Chris. And on his outside, in the very experienced 1 car of Nasara Charunkel. 2 laps winner going on to the main event. All right, the day comes to an end for Gator McCluskey in the 99, but he didn't go out without a fight. Take a look at this. Leading him down, but hits the wall, goes over. Klein able to bounce off him and continue through to the finish line. He'll be looking to move on to the main event. There's McCluskey over on his roof, and they have McCluskey now back to Dave Akers Customs Garage. So with 1 to go, Frank Klein, Nasara Charunkel or something like that, and Chris, one of these going on to the main event. Chris looking to give Nasara Charunkel a push and maybe get around her for the win. And he does it again. Frank Klein going on to the main event. Look at this move right here. Gets hit by Trunkel. Trunkel into Chris. Oh, look at that. Rolls it. I thought he did. Barrel rolls it. Look at that. Doesn't slow down whatsoever. And after that, unchallenged all the way to the checkers. Going to go on to another main event. Will Frank Klein in that 33 car. All right, there you have it. Frank Klein, Nasara Charunkel or something like that, and Chris. All right, the seconds race you just witnessed there, pretty entertaining. But do you know what time it is? That's right. It is now main event time. You darn right it's main event time. Now, we take the qualifying times where they qualified, and then that's how we do the order which they go on the track, and then of course Frank Klein, the Staying Alive car, follows at the end. So we're going to be led by the 91 car of Yoshi Takashita. On his outside, the 58 car of Cut Rocker. Row 2 in the 3, that's Jason. On his outside in the Blue Deuce, Burt Buzzard. Row 3 in the 22, that's Stephanie Shea. On her outside, the 75 Ken Castillo. And looking for his very first win. It's been so elusive for the 33 car of Frank Klein. As a matter of fact, only Ken Castillo, the most winningest driver, is the only driver in this main event that has won an ADRC race. It's going to be 6 laps, so we're guaranteed a pit stop. Make sure those belts are buckled 45 times if you have to. Let's do it. Wow, what a great effort by all the drivers. Nobody wrecks. Let's take a look. It got pretty darn close. Nobody actually flips it over. Takashita with a great lap, looking really strong. 5 to go. He's in the driver's seat. Look at that, a 33:53 time. Good qualifying. Good run there by Takashita. Takashita and Burt Buzzard leading you down with 5 to go. Tough lap there. Look at this. Oh, that could have been really bad right there with Cut Rocker and Takashita. Look at that. Burt Buzzard flips over, back onto his wheels, and then Jason out of nowhere breaks away. We got a couple cars finishing in reverse, including Stephanie Shea. She's going to be in third. So with 4 to go, it's going to be Jason and Burt Buzzard. Easy come, easy go. Just like that, Jason out of the race. Let's see what happened here. Oh, that was weird. Fishtail that tried to correct it, then flipped and look at Frank Klein. Season opening on the inside, passes 4 or 5 cars to take the lead out of nowhere. Frank Klein looking for his first elusive ADRC win. There's a shot there of his teammate, Ken Castillo, and then we got the Cut Rocker who got stalled back at the finish, or the start gate. All right, here we go. Oh, Joker! Joker for Cut Rocker, that's huge. Ken Castillo with 2, And 7 of diamonds. Stephanie Shea will draw 3 cards. 9 hearts, 5 diamonds, 10 of diamonds. Man, who shuffled these? Takashita now 3 diamonds. What? The Jack of diamonds, so she's ahead of everybody but Cut Rocker. Burt Buzzard now. 8 of spades, 8 of club. We're playing crazy 8s here. Gets Jack of hearts, 1 more card. Oh, the Joker! Frank Klein, he just took the lead. All right, he's got a king. Unless he can get a joker, he'll come out of the pits in 3rd. Entered first, going to go out in 3rd. Let's see. Yep. That's how it goes. So Burt Buzzard, Cut Rocker, Frank Klein, Takashita, Stephanie Shea, and Ken Castillo is how they're going to exit the pits. This being the Coca-Cola 600, we pay homage to the longest race of the season, so we go 6 laps in the main event. Jason, back to the garage. Dave Akers Customs Garage had a good run going. All right, we have, I believe, 3 to go. Burt Buzzard and Cut Rocker going to lead you down. Oh man, that might have been a save a lifetime for Burt Buzzard there. He wrecks prior to the finish line, but is able to flip it back on his tires. Castillo with a hard hit into the wall. Takashita and Cut Rocker with a great race. Look at this, able to flip it back over. We're going to have to go to the finish line, Cam. Take a look at this. Definitely Rex able to flip it over, and it looked like Cut Rocker came up for 2nd. Let's take another look at the finish line, sponsored by Dave Akers Customs of Coffee Tar. Didn't have as much luck there. Getting in the back end was Ken Castillo. And then look at Paducah, and he hits the grandstands. This was in segment 4. So luckily, nobody fell, got hurt, or worse. But Paducah off the grandstands. That was another one there. All right, 2 laps to go. Burt Buzzard and Cut Rocker. Burt Buzzard this time cannot flip it back on his wheels. He is out of the race. Let's see what happened here. Oh, just into the wall, and then he might have got a little bit air on there to get underneath Cut Rocker's car, and then just got flipped, and from there, Cut Rocker gets pushed literally by Frank Klein, and then Takashita after them. There it is, Burt Buzzard out of the race. Had definitely a car that could have won this, but it's going to be a good points day, but not nearly as good as Burt Buzzard was hoping for. Cut Rock Creek Racing came close to their first win, but they still can. His teammate is still in it. They got Burt Buzzard to the back. Cut Rocker still in it in the 58 with 1 to go. His very first race. Can he pull it off, or will Frank Klein get his very first win? I really wouldn't count out any of the remaining 3 cars starting behind him either. Here we go, 1 to go. Cut Rocker does it, picks up the win. Take a look at this. I thought Klein had it here. Take a look, goes up high to block him, but Klein slips off of him. Hits the wall, still looking good, but then I think it's like he reached out like a safety trying to make a touchdown saving tackle. Got into the back of Klein, got him loose, and the Cut Rocker in his very first, and that's got to be sour for Frank Klein, in his very first race, Cut Rocker will taste victory lane. Frank Klein in for 2nd place. There's your finishing order. Cut Rocker, Klein, Takashita, Ken Castillo, and Stephanie Shea. All right, before we get down to victory lane, let's take a look at the point standings through 7 races. All right, let's take a look. Ken Castillo, obviously still your points leader, now by 28 points over Lady Red Pill. But look who's moving up in 4th. That's right, Frank Klein, just like last year, starting to get closer to the front. Burt Buzzard, an 11-point lead over Paducah for the Rookie of the Year. All right, let's scroll on through and see where your favorite drivers are located in the point standings through 7 races. All right, that's how the points are shaping up with 5 races to go. But now it is time to get down to the Sub 4 RA Victory Lane Podium, brought to you by Dave Akers Customs. If it wasn't built by Dave, think about it. Yep, it was built by somebody else. All right, I don't have the ADRC history books in front of me, but if memory serves me correct, the only other driver other than Cut Rocker to join into the season, as it's already underway, and win in their very first attempt was Glitter Girl. So congratulations goes out to Mark D and Cut Rock Creek Racing getting their very first win in that 58 Thunderbird all the way from down under in Australia. All right, according to my calculations, we had 3 YouTubers correctly predict the winning driver. That was Tiger Band 66, Gatorade Cup Series X94, and Peter B. Vids. All right, there's a look at your official finishing order for the Charlotte Motor Speedway Coca-Cola 600. We hope you enjoyed it. Congratulations again to Mark D from Cut Rock Creek Racing and Cut Rocker picking up their very first team win. Ken Castillo with a considerable lead. Comment down below if you think he will hold on or if somebody else will catch him, and if so, who is that somebody else? As always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.